At the boat show, we
always show you beautiful boats, but this one here you have to observe with particular attention. It is clearly appealing to us because it is sporty and very fast. But before taking a look at all that, let's check out the incredible work they have done in designing the hull, the deckhouse and its wings. And then we will make our way inside to observe the interior decor. It will be like taking a glimpse into the future of interior design. This boat is part of the new X generation, but its shapes are even more appealing. Look at it from above. You can see how the roof of the deckhouse has been transformed into a cape that cascades along the sides and slides towards the stern. It seems as if an Italian tailor has designed it, but really it is one of the masterpieces of Fulvio De Simone's studio. It is not boat, it is not simply a hull, it is a masterwork. The curved, the rounded and sometimes linear surfaces reflect the light in order to capture our attention. The addition of dark friezes, as on the windows, underlines certain aesthetic details. The wings bind with the deckhouse to make the outline seem more slender. With the same purpose, the swimming platform has been lengthened out along the sides. And as we examine this area, take a look at where they have placed the air extraction inlets from the engine room. It is beautiful, but it is also technological, since it is almost completely made of carbon. The sandwich bulkheads are in okume, the ultimate marine essence though applied on a PVC core. This way they are light and strong. For the windows and for the stern door they used aluminium. They are not lead batteries but lithium. The aim is always the same: lightness and quality. The boat is certified in the CEA category. The aft platform is 1.5 meters long and the garage door does not interact with the sun deck. It does, however, lift part of the swimming platform, uncovering the launching and hauling system of the tender Williams 345. The movements are simplified by the inclination of the dashboard. The engine room seems designed by the collaborative work of an engineer and a stylist. Those who love precision will be satisfied, and even the technicians will be happy to find everything so well arranged. In the cockpit, the headrest of the sun deck also serves as a backrest for the sofa. Above it, an awning that can be stretched out and extends the protection offered by the roof that already covers a large space dedicated to the dining area. There is an up and down table which, together with the sofa, can become an additional relaxation area, but in the shade. On the sides they have set up the sink and on the opposite side the barbecue, but you can also add the fridge or ice maker next to the entrance door. Thanks to these windows there are no optical barriers, not even on the sides of the cockpit. At the bow, the relaxation area has been doubled by adding 2 chaise lounges, with folding headrests onto the usual mat. Carbon poles can be added, which are used to hold up a sun awning. Under the sun deck, a huge storage compartment, and on the sides, lockers where they have smartly placed the life rafts. A boat is very complex and equipped with systems, each which has many functions. So how do you know how to operate them? With the manual, but the digital one which immediately finds everything that interests us. The aft French window disappears electrically. In the lounge, the minimum height is 2 meters, and here is another dimension element. The total length of the sofa, including the peninsula and the chaise lounge, is 6 meters. Below, a very large compartment, capacious for storing chairs when you aren't using them around the table, which, by the way, is extendable. If you lie down over here, you can be cuddled by the sea breeze. It is not only opening, we also have a window on the starboard next to the pilot seat, and then the sunroof can be opened. In the lounge area, along the starboard side, the piece of furniture is not a trivial parallel piped, but it adjusts its width to make the passway comfortable and, at the same time, to offer the maximum stowage volume. It also contains a 49-inch TV. The infotainment system is built in collaboration with VideoWorks. Below deck you can have 2 layouts, one with 3 cabins and a kitchen, or 2 cabins and a kitchen, and a living room. In the master cabin, the height is 2 meters and the length of the mattress is 2 meters. The width, 180 centimeters. So basically, it's a real king-size bed. The TV is 65 inches. All these measures make us understand that we are in a very large space. Speaking of size, the windows are huge, and even their opening parts are larger than usual. The decor erases all stereotypes. The diagonal lines make us discover a new way of furnishing, although always respecting nautical needs, such as the absence of sharp edges and the need to have a lot of space to place our wardrobe. Furniture under the windows, a full-height closet and a locker under the mattress. There is also a vanity, and if you want, you can even add a fridge in the owner's cabin. The bathroom has 2 separate areas, and according to Italian tradition, it is complete with all the sanitary restroom components, just as we Italians like it. For guests, a forward cabin with a double berth. The steps that follow the sides of the bed are padded and soft. There is also a double cabin with a private bathroom, or in its place, there can be a dining area and a toilet. In both versions, the kitchen remains unchanged. A 255-litre fridge, an oven, hobs, a dishwasher and a washer-dryer. The kitchen is well lit and well ventilated. Lastly, but not least, there is the cabin for the sailor with direct access from the cockpit. 2 Seakeeper gyroscopic stabilizers are available as an option. The angle behind the stern is 17 degrees. Take a look at this piloting position. I am in an armchair and I have two very comfortable consoles. On one there are traditional controls, the throttles, and on the other the joystick. In front of me a windshield made with unique glass and without central stanchion. This way you can have a perfect view.
E per manovrare non c'è problema. Mi alzo e le manette.
And what happens when I need to maneuver? No problem. I get up and although the throttles remain a little backward, this console can be moved. I pull it forward so I am comfortable and can also pilot standing up. Or I can turn around and look towards the stern and have the throttles here at hand. It's perfect.
Abbiamo due motori MAN da 1800.
We have two 1,800 horsepower MAN engines. They could have chosen a greater power to run the boat, but they preferred to work hard and put effort into both the design phase and in the construction phase. And so that is why the hull is made of 60% carbon fibre.
La sovrastruttura, il ponte di coperta all'80% in fibra di carbonio.
The superstructure and the main deck are 80% carbon fibre, while the flying bridge is 90% carbon fibre. The resins change, a vinyl ester resin for the hull and deck and an epoxy resin for the flybridge, which is the most difficult to work with. Yet it is also one that allows you to lighten the structure to the maximum, keep the boat with a lower centre of gravity. In front of me I have two 19-inch displays, integrated with the Naviop Simrad navigation and control system. I can manage all the onboard utilities and observe the navigation chart, the radar, the echo sounder, the engines and everything else right from here. And then I also have another smaller 7-inch display, which controls the surface propulsions and the flap, which basically means I can control the trim of the boat, but it also allows me to check if the throttles or the joystick are activated.
Yes,
the joystick, you heard right, because on this surface-propelled boat we have the joystick control to manoeuvre it easily and to do whatever we want. For example, rotation. Or lateral translation. But obviously we can also use it to engage forward and reverse gear. As regards the manoeuvring propeller, it has been enhanced. It means that if you have very unfavourable wind conditions, you can act promptly. But not only that, they also added a stern propeller, so the command is even more gentle and easier. You can be precise while doing the manoeuvres.
When you engage
the forward gear at slow motion, since the two propulsions, the axes that carry the propellers are released. They move independently from one another. They move and slightly diverge the propellers, so you can have a more precise direction. Similarly, when you engage the reverse gear, the propellers converge, so even in reverse you are more exact, more precise.
Insomma, prima era difficile utilizzare questo tipo di impianti. Adesso.
So even if before it was difficult to use this type of system, now it has become very easy. Let's give it gas and bring it to speed.
Entra in planata.
It is planing, we're at 14 knots and now it is starting to pick up speed. The trimming is already optimal.
Avete visto? Non ho fatto nulla, ho solo accelerato. Non ho dovuto intervenire né sulla regolazione delle propulsioni.
As you saw, I did nothing, it just accelerated. I didn't have to intervene on the regulation of the surface propulsions, nor on the flaps. Everything was done by the automatic system, which is managed by Top System. You just have to press a button here on the screen. Easy set.
Ben intesi, se non vi piace, se preferite essere...
If you don't like it, if you prefer to be in complete control of the boat, if you want to feel like a pilot, you can just switch it off.
Siamo alla velocità di 25 nodi e in questo momento...
We're at 25 knots of speed at the moment. We need about 16 litres of fuel to travel 1 mile.
Diciamo che in questa condizione il consumo è...
At this time and in this condition, the consumption is comparable to what we could have with another boat of similar size and power. But from here on, things will change.
Guardate quanto è facile pilotarla. Decido di andare là.
Look at how easy it is to steer it. I decided to go over there and change route. To do so, I move a few degrees the tiller, and then the rudder returns to the centre by itself and the autocourse system. The driving intelligence of this boat keeps me on course.
Ecco, ho reinserito il joystick.
Now I have reinserted the joystick once again because I want to show you another way of piloting this yacht.
Adesso ho attivato la modalità cruise.
I have activated the cruise mode on the joystick, which means I can use this command to navigate in cruise mode. I push it forward and speed up. When I reach the desired number of revolutions per minute and the speed I want, I let it go, and the engines keep the same speed.
Sto andando un po' troppo veloce.
I'm going a little too fast. I tap it back a bit and this way it slows down. It is also very alert. If I suddenly want to avoid an obstacle, I hit on the joystick and the boat turns rapidly and swiftly. Even the helm turns because they are linked together.
...38 nodi di velocità per molte barche con questa potenza.
38 knots of speed. For many boats with this power and of this size, this is the maximum limit. However, we still have a lot of gas. We're at just 1,890 RPM.
E stiamo consumando soltanto 12 litri.
And we are consuming only 12 litres per mile, which is less than when we are going slower. It really is a sports boat, and it is also calibrated to go fast.
Ma spingendo a manetta con questo comando c'è una limitazione. Non posso andare...
By pushing full speed with this command, there is a limitation. I can't go beyond 42 knots. So how do I go faster? I act on the throttles. I take control of the engines and also of the rudder. Let's hold down the throttle and make it pick up speed. Let's see how fast we can go.
50 nodi, 2270 giri minuto. Il consumo, non ci crederete, ve lo faccio vedere.
50 knots, 2,270 RPM. You won't believe the consumption. So let me show you. It's 14 litres per mile. And now I'm also taking control of the surface propulsions by lifting them up.
Porto le eliche fuori dall'acqua e la velocità.
I'm taking the propellers out of the water and the maximum speed I can reach is 51.5 knots. That is incredible.
Il Pershing 7X ha un dislocamento a vuoto di 30.
The Pershing 7X has a displacement of 35 tons, which is very light, and it has a power of 3,600 horses. The power-to-weight ratio is therefore 9.7 kilos per horse.
Ma nelle attuali fasi di navigazione,
But in the current navigation condition, considering all loads on board, we are a little over 40 tons. Therefore, we have a power-to-weight ratio slightly higher than 11 kilograms per horse.
e abbiamo superato i 50 nodi, siamo arrivati.
And we have exceeded 50 knots. We reached a peak of 51.05 knots. Now tell me if there is another boat with these features that can reach this speed and which consumes so little at full throttle.